If you are new to this channel, every Tuesday I do a film breakdown. And the reason you could tell that I'm doing a film breakdown is because I'm wearing this. What is up, fans? Got the glove on, got the pen. We're going to be illustrating. I'm going to be talking about the film. What happened? Is it good? Is it bad? We got a lot of things to talk about. I have a bunch of... Now, I'm not going through the entire game. If I go through the entire game, we're going to be here for this will be like an hour video because it's about an hour and a half of all 22 footage that I have. And I cut it down to some of the plays that I thought were pretty important and that I wanted to talk about. So without further ado, without me blabbering on too much, I'm going to... then I'm going to... maybe make myself a little smaller, just so you know I'm here. You know, I'm over here. Hey guys, I'm down here. But we're more focused on, and yes, the pen does work for the new subscribers. The pen does work. I get to illustrate all that stuff. It was one of the upgrades last season or season before. Anyway, stop talking, Doug. What I'm going to do is we're going to play it, and then I'm going to break it down and kind of talk about it. So this is incompletion. Now, obviously, it's going to be a lot of bad for the first few plays, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one. What I want to see is anyone open when Tua throws it to Tyreek Hill, because this is 3rd and 8, and we're on Jacksonville's 42. This is our first drive of the game, right? So at this point of him planting his back foot, you know, Julian Hill has a hard time blocking. I think that's Josh Allen. Teron comes over, helps him, so Tua has time. Right? You look at it here when he decides to throw it. First off, Braxton Berrios is falling down. Thank God he didn't look his way. You had... Why am I... Use the pen, Doug. So you got Braxton over here. He fell down, right? You have... I think this is Jalen Waddle. You have a defender coming down on the play. No throw there. You have a safety kind of coming over to help because he sees that Tyreek Hill is one-on-one with this guy. Now, at this point, the ball is right here, and this is about the time you want to throw it with Tyreek Hill because he's going to take it upfield, right? For some reason, I don't know if it's because of the contact that the corner makes or what, but Tyreek Hill slows down. 9 times out of 10, Tyreek Hill, you're step for step, or the corner's a little bit ahead of him. He's going to burn him. This is going to be a touchdown. How many times have we seen that play happen? Well, unfortunately, like I said, something must have happened because he threw it at the perfect time. Maybe this contact here, but he overthrows him. And it lands right here, so he would have caught it. I think that, you know, maybe some contact there slowed him down because, again, plants your foot, you see here, right here, he's going to be running it in. He's got one guy on him. He's going to have another guy coming in front of him. Tua's looking there. He's like, nope, not going to throw that. Going to be an interception. Braxton falls, and you have Mostert who's going to be running it out. But again, he looks over and he sees, oh, it's a race between Tyreek Hill and their corner. My guy's going to beat him. And again, at this point, you're looking, the safety, one deep safety is looking at Tua, and he's all the way on the other hash mark. It's the right read. It's the right throw, but I think he slows down a little too much. And unfortunately, incomplete. But then Mike McDaniel's like 4th and 8, first drive of the game. Screw it. We're going to go for it. Little motion from Braxton out of the backfield, dropping back, looking, tries to hit Braxton, incomplete. Doesn't hold on to the ball. Now, was this the right throw? Dropping back, plants foot, boom, right? It's the right throw. Because you see everybody at this point, right? You got 4 on 5. You got pretty decent offensive line help here. It's the right throw. You got a guy with his back to him. You got this guy. So here, this defender has his back to Tua. He's also following, I think that's Waddle, or maybe this is Waddle. You got a little bit of an out here, right? I think this is Julian or this, because it looks like an 8-0 or an 8-1 or Durham kind of running a go, right? But you have Braxton here, and you're going to have a defender come down and try to, bait him. But you got Braxton running this route. This is the throw. He's open. Tua sees it. All right, it's 4th and 8. He's going to catch it. I just need him to get past the 39-yard line to get the first down. To me, this is the right throw. Defender just comes in and makes the play. Now, to me, I think Tua should throw it sooner. Boom, throw it. That's what I would have done it, right? But he kind of waits a beat. So he takes like that little step forward. Throw it. Right there. Boom, hit him. You have this whole situation blocking this defender from coming down. And then again, Braxton just has to beat one defender to get the first down. I'm pretty confident he can do it. Hit him. But watch, he takes like another little boop, step forward, then throws it. Little late. Like the slightest bit late that allows the defender to get in, hit the ball out. Now, at first, I was like, Braxton, you dropped it. You're killing me here. Hindsight, he should have thrown the ball like a second sooner. Like as soon as you drop back, boom, boom, see Braxton, let it rip. But he kind of steps forward a little bit, then he throws it just a tad late there. We then forced the 3-and-out on defense. We had the Calais Campbell sack, then we had a Calais Campbell tackle. It was fantastic. Here we are again. It's 2nd and 5 on our own 36. Now this one is going to be kind of one of the 1,000 I over-exaggerate. It's only 14. But one of the 14 kind of screens, bubble, wheels, whatever you want to call it, plays. A little motion here from Devon Achane. Boom, right? You look at that again. Little motion here. And this is what it's designed for, right? All of this stuff of him looking here, it's designed for him to get it, right? I'm going to run my route. No, what Tyreek Hill's doing here. What Tyreek Hill is doing here, right? Because you have Devon Achane. He was lined up here, kind of motioned, and then he's going to run back here, right? You're going to have Tyreek Hill kind of acting like he's going to run a go route. He's going to suck in this corner, pause on that, and he's going to bring down this. And they're both going to follow him, essentially bringing them back. Lots of arrows. I feel like John Madden opening up this area here. You're also going to have this guy who's going to be running this route. All of this mess and hodgepodge is to bring all of the defense this way, to leave this open. I'm getting carried away with my pen. I apologize. But it's to keep it open for Devon Achane, right? Because look, you see here, colliding into each other. He's open. Throw it. Hit him with it right now. Like I said, at this point, it's 2nd and 5. Hit him. Hit him with the ball right now. But he has to get it over this little hot mess right here. Austin Jackson kind of struggling. You got Liam Meikenberg. He's getting his arm up. He kind of floats it, makes Devon Achane jump up in the air to catch it, and we gain like a couple yards. We end up converting this first down. But if he would have just plant, look, fire, but he can't really straight fire it because you got this stuff going on. He had to float it up. Once you take him off his feet, he's not able to make any type of move. We saw, and I will show you later on in the video where you hit him in stride, you hit him in the hands, he's going to make people miss. He's going to make a nice run there. So to me, I think Tua, if he would have planted and boom, hit him quicker, I think that would have been a first down. So now, same drive, we are sitting at 1st and 10, and unfortunately, this is the one that broke my heart because at this point, the Dolphins, it's still 0-0. It is still 0-0. It was so close. Like the ball is in. I wish I could zoom in for you guys. The ball is like in his fingertips, but it's just out of reach. Like when are you ever going to hear Tua overthrew Tyreek Hill. Like, this one just killed me. He go back and look at all of the deep passes to Tyreek Hill last year. Like, in these situations, he hits them in stride and it's a trot in for a touchdown. Kills me. But one thing I want you guys to notice, and it's something that I noticed in training camp, and it's something that I noticed, I don't think he did in the preseason, but I noticed it. Watch him drop back. See that? Drop back righty, flipped it to lefty. I don't know if that's to mess with the defense. I don't know if that's to stall any of the guys, but it worked somewhat because this safety right here, like, hesitates for a second. It's just missed him. Now, we won. Obviously, we won the game, but I would have loved to have gotten that, because then the game would have been, I think it would have been completely different. It would have been a completely different ball game. Now I'm going to show you some defensive plays. This is the first few defensive plays I'm going to show you. 1st and 10, Jacksonville has it on their own 4 because Jake Bailey was a monster in this game and was pinning them. But unfortunately, it did not matter in this part because Travis Etienne gets a nice 17-yard run. Now, where's the problem that happened here? It's a little bit of an over pursue, in my opinion. You kind of want to set a little bit of an edge, right? He kind of gets blocked to the inside. He's going to cut it to the inside. Now, his job is to cut it to the inside if this is a run in between these gaps. You kind of want him to kind of go to the outside a little bit more to kind of contain any type of bounce around that happens. But unfortunately, he gets blocked to the inside, which opens it. It's a good block by, the tackle and the receiver, or the tight end and the receiver over here, to kind of contain everything inside, to allow, I think that's Travis Etienne, to bounce to the outside. What did I hit? I hit a button. And now you're seeing everything. What is going on? Get out of here. Okay. It's a good block to the inside, so he can't bounce it to the outside. So that's a good block by 0. And then a bad angle from Jalen Ramsey. But Jalen Ramsey even came out and said it was a bad game. But Jalen Ramsey had a fantastic play in this game that we're going to break down. The next play we're going to talk about is a 20-yard pass on 2nd and 3 from their own 28. And at first I was like, why is he so open? But the more I looked at this and the more I broke down the film, I kind of understood why he was open. It was a gamble that didn't pay off. So we'll watch it and I'll talk about it. You got a little motion here and you can see they're playing zone and you can see butt naked open. Boom. Now, obviously we had somebody fall up here. Thank God it wasn't thrown that way, but big but. To me, I said there's a gamble that didn't pay off. And that gamble was right here in the name of Kader Kohou. Kader Kohou is going to come in on a blitz, and the running back is going to meet and block him and give this play enough time for the receiver to run his deep route and find the soft zone, because we got a zone here, and then we got a deeper zone back here, and then we got a zone over here. He kind of finds that little cushion in between those zones because the block from the blitzer here. So again, it was a gamble that didn't pay off. And I'll show you. Because there goes Kader. That's the receiver, sorry. Nice block. Because if there wasn't a block here, boom, the sack would have happened and this wouldn't have mattered. But again, in hindsight, you would want this linebacker to possibly drop back just a little bit more, maybe play his zone here. And he's the single high safety, so he is supposed to be here. Jordan Poyer might want this linebacker to drop back his zone a little bit to help. But again, if this blitz gets home, this doesn't matter. So it was kind of a gamble that didn't pay off. And again, we have a fall here. I think that was Ramsey. Back to offense, they eventually score a touchdown run on that. They're up 7-0. Then we have a penalty, a holding call from Robert Jones. We are sitting at 2nd and 21. Then we have another play. It is now 3rd and 14. And this is a 10-yard screen play on our own 21 on 3rd and 14. Now, I was very angry about the screens and whatever you want to call them. And I will show you a play where the screen works and how and why it works and why I like that version better than this version here. Because you have Tyreek literally like, and how? Also a bad block from Liam Eichenberg. I don't want to pick on him, but like, look at this block by Liam Eichenberg. But it's also, you have these types of plays, you got to hope that all the guys in front of you block. But it's like, you have to get to the 35. And you're starting back at the 15 when the line of scrimmage is like what is it? 21. Line of scrimmage is a 21. You're already starting behind. So not only do you have to gain 14 yards, you technically have to gain 17 yards because you're starting back here. And then you got to hope he comes up and makes his block. You got to hope he comes up and makes his block. You got to hope that Liam comes over and makes his block. You got to hope the Brewer comes over and makes his block. It's like, it was too much to depend on for a 3rd and long. They like bounce into each other. Austin Jackson, Liam Eichenberg, kind of almost run into Tyreek. He has to slow down. It's just no blocking from Barrett. Like, it was just failed. Now we got close again, 3 yards short, but it's like one of those plays where just stop. We forced them to punt. So again, it's 7-0. It's 7-0 here. We are on their 45. It's 4th and 3. We decide to go for it again. And this is the play they call on 4th and 3. Again, on their 45. Now, this is a good play by the defense, especially 23, getting his hand in there, but I don't even think he would have caught it, regardless if he gets his hand in there. And Tua doesn't have much time to let it develop, right? Because if he holds that ball a little bit longer, here, I'll show you. If you look right here, right? You got him blocking him. Technically, Liam's supposed to block him as well, but he's kind of looking over here to be like, hey, Austin, you good? You good, Austin? You could see him looking at him right over here. He's like, are you good, Austin? But when Tua throws it, he tries to fit it in this little window here, because obviously he's not going to throw it here because the linebacker's going over. These guys aren't open yet. This could have been the move, but again, it's 4th down. It's 4th and 3. So you got to hope that he breaks this tackle, and this is a pass past the 1st down marker. So it's the right throw, but see if he holds it. If you look right here, if he holds it, he's getting sacked. It's just good play there, and I don't think he makes that catch. Also, kind of got tackled, but being that it's tipped, there's no PI there. Punt the ball. Because then this is the drive after. And the Jaguars, look where they start. They got great field position off of that. And they only have to go to about here to the 40-yard line, maybe the 35, to kick a field goal. They got to go about 20 yards to kick a field goal. And what happens here is miscommunication between Kader Kohu and I think this is Jordan Poyer. Miscommunication here. He doesn't follow his guy, and he just leaves him butt naked down the middle for a 30-yard pass. And again, while I was watching all this film, I've come to the conclusion that as the second half came in and as the season goes on, I think the communication between these guys, because again, you have Kader and you have Jordan Poyer, two teammates that never played with each other. Also, they're in a new defense and all that stuff. You're going to see them have that communication because you essentially have this guy running kind of a seam route and he follows him, but then he kind of jumps down here thinking that Fuller needs help with this route, which then in turn leaves this little gap here from, here to meeting with Poyer that he's open. And that's how he gets it. And I think there's just a miscommunication there. Right? We only sent 4. A little bit of a hold right here. I noticed there was a lot of holding on the right tackle on Jalen Phillips, because look at where his hand is. Right in here. But you see Kohu letting him go and thinking he needs to come down and help Fuller. See? And then realizing, crap, I wasn't supposed to do that, because Poyer also moved down. Thank God he came over and made the tackle, because that could have been an easy touchdown, but it didn't matter because he scored a touchdown anyway. But I think that's where the disconnect was the miscommunication, and it was week 1. Thank God they got it cleaned up for the second half. Here's the touchdown. This also was a miscommunication or a bad play by Ramsey. Right? Good throw. Great throw from Trevor Lawrence. But Ramsey sticks with 0 too much. I think that's Kirk. Right? Right here. He should know. Right? At this point, Ramsey should know, I got a guy here and I got a guy here. The only reason I should follow 0, who again I think is Kirk, is if he cuts it back up. If he cuts it back up, I need to drop back into coverage and cover him. If not, if he cuts it up here, I got this guy to cover him. If he kind of comes back here, I got this guy to come back and cover him. He needs to realize I have 2 guys helping me, and then feel Thomas crossing the back and drop back and cover that. Again, he noticed it. He said it on Twitter. He was like, I had a bad game, but he had a great play. See how he kind of froze there and kept this whole backside open? But again, it's a great throw and a great play. Keep your feet in. I want to see how much time this man had. How many did we send? 4. They were chipping. I will say this too. They were chipping the crap out of Phillips. They were afraid of Phillips. They were doubling him and chipping him a lot in this game. But you see how much time he had to make that throw? 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets the ball off. You got 4 seconds to throw that ball. You got to get in there quicker. But again, they chip our fastest guy. 77 makes the play. Just got it off in time. And it was a great throw. Like I said, absolutely great throw. But that's something I noticed. They were chipping Phillips and doubling Phillips. They were afraid of Jalen Phillips in this game and him wrecking their game. So there's that, right? Then we have this beautiful play, beautiful pass to Jalen Waddle on a deep out. This play also was a 3rd and 8. Just a great throw and a great catch. You know, we've seen Waddle do this thing where perfect time to throw it, where he will jump up and catch it with his like sternum, get his hands up, boom, make sure he gets his feet down. Great throw, great catch on 3rd down to get us into field goal range, eventually score a touchdown on this. I just want to show you this because it's just a beautiful out route. Throw outside the numbers, got it to where it needed to be. A lot of people talk about Tua can't throw outside the numbers. If this was a floater, the DB would have been able to get there and break up the ball. Great play there. Just wanted to show you that. Now, next page. I'm telling you, I take notes, so I know what I'm looking at. So here we go. 1st and 10. This is the deep pass, 63-yarder to Jalen Waddle. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to break it down and show you the little nuances that Tua did. Little whoop. Like, caught him in stride. How do you say I wish Waddle was faster? Like, how do you say that? But, like, honestly, if he was faster, that's a touchdown. But I love that he didn't have to stop for the throw. No wasted motion. But here's what I want you to notice. Tua's gonna do a little trickeration, and he's gonna make the safety bite. Did you see it? Right here. See that little pump? what he does is, right, you get your two safeties here. 1, 2. You got Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is going to be running an in route here. You're going to have Waddle kind of running a deep crosser. At the point that Tyreek is about here and is about to start to run his in, Tua very slightly gives a little, like a little pump, shoulder pump, and it takes the safety and he bites on it. And by him biting on it and moving up, it frees the space behind him for Waddle to get open and to get him the ball. So I'll play it again and I'll stop it when he does it. Right? Boom. See that little pump? That little. Look where Tyreek Hill is right here. See how he's butt naked? Oh, he's got all this real estate in front of him. This safety's like, no, I can't have it. Jumps up in front of it. And what does that do? It opens it up behind for Jalen Waddle. Boom. So Jalen Waddle, and they talk about this, Jalen Waddle was his second read. The first read was Tyreek on the inside. But Tua saw, if I can bring that safety down, I can get Waddle behind for a possible touchdown. Just a little pump, brought the safety down, hit Waddle behind him. Beautiful play. Now we have back-to-back plays that killed the drive and we ended up punting. After that play, you think, oh, we got 3 out of it at least, because at this point it's 17-7. We just got 3. No, we end up punting because we get it's 2nd and 13 here, so we get a little bit of a run that we lose 3 yards, and then you get this play. Why? On God's green earth would you call a play like this? It makes no sense to me. His foot is on the 30-yard line. He catches the ball at the 37-yard line. He ran back 7 yards. And then you can't block him yet, because if you block him, that's offensive pass interference. So, these guys are going to be coming this way. He's going to be running this way. And they're going to set up blocks for Tyreek. So you got to hope Tyreek breaks his one guy, which he does, and then gets up the field and gets a first down. But he can't block this guy who's behind him, so he comes over and he helps. So Tyreek has to break 2 guys. He broke his one guy, like I said, it ain't happening. Why would you, 2nd and 13, you decide to call a play where your star receiver is going to run 7 yards backwards? So it wasn't 2nd and 13. You just threw a pass where now it's 2nd and 20, and you got to hope Tyreek Hill breaks not 1, but 2 tackles, and the guy's in front. Here's the sack on the next play. It's now 3rd and 16 because we lost 3 yards. And here's the sack. Now, I always look at these and I'm like, is anyone open? Could anyone have been open? Who was the fault for the sack? So he's all by himself. It's, again, 3rd and 16. They sent 3. 44 clips to his feet, takes him down. Now, they sent 3. Now, he should have thrown it. He should have thrown it. I saw it. Irregardless, iridociclitis, he should have thrown it. Because we get 3 out of it, right? And it would have been 17-10. Well, if Sanders makes it, because he missed a 42-yarder. And I say he should have thrown it right here. He's looking at it, too. Should have thrown this. Because he dropped back, right? He dropped back, and they only sent 3. So you got time. He should have hit. I think that's Barrios. He should have hit Barrios. Worst case scenario, he gets tackled right away around here, and we kick a field goal from about the 28-yard line. Best case scenario, these guys are able to go upfield and block a little bit, and he breaks something off crazy and gets the first down. But that was the play. He sees it, you got to throw it. Right? And he thought about it, but then he changed it up. And then when he looked the other way, You got Jonnu Smith over here. That ain't happening. And then 44. They sent 3. Look at Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson. You never want your tackle to have one leg up in the air. That was just horrible. But that was the play. He should have hit Barrios. As soon as he dropped back, he saw it, boom, hit Barrios. I understand that the defensive lineman dropped back, but he had enough distance that you could have hit him and either not had him get blown up from the defensive lineman or been safe right there. Plant your foot. You got, he's not athletic enough to get and knock that down. He hit him. You know, he just second guessed himself there. Gotta do better than that. Gotta do better than that. This is the forced fumble. And I want you to see, I want you to watch Javon Holland. He's right here. Watch Javon Holland. If Travis Etienne didn't drop the ball, he didn't drop the ball. Travis Etienne didn't fumble the ball. Javon Holland punched that sucker out. He was waiting. This man right here was waiting. And he waited, and then one of these guys come up. I think it's 7 comes up, tries to block him. He goes around him, and he punches that sucker out. That wasn't a fumble. That was a forced fumble. It's not like he was changing hands to, protect himself from Javon. No, he punched that sucker out. See? Right here. Here's Travis Etienne. Javon Holland's like, I got to get around him. Oh, you didn't touch me. He's got the ball out on the outside. Look at the gap here. That's what Javon saw. He's got that ball out. Look at the gap there. Punch that sucker out. Here's the touchdown to Tyreek Hill. Mr. Krabs. Now, Waddle was the first read there. Tyreek's just dangerous. I thought he stepped out of bounds, too. I thought he was going to get caught. Again, not to knock Waddle, because I love Waddle. I love all the Dolphin players we have, even though sometimes I crap on them. If Tyreek caught that pass that Waddle did, I think that would have been a touchdown. Tyreek's speed is just ridiculous. I don't think he would have got caught like Waddle did. And this is a prime example of it, right? He wanted to throw this, but he wasn't ready. Look at Waddle's face. Look at Waddle when Tua was ready to throw it, right? Play action. I want to get this to you, Jalen. I want to get it to you. You're not ready. Nope. But look at the time he's got. Look at the offensive line doing a beautiful thing. Look at the time he's got. So he's like, I got my man here. Boop. I thought 5 was going to catch him. I thought he was going to get pushed out. Put on the burners. This is the play that I want you guys to pay attention. I will break it down. Obviously, I'm breaking them all down. But I want you to pay attention to Jalen Ramsey. I want you to watch him. Watch him the whole time. Don't even watch the ball. Don't watch none of this. Just watch Jalen Ramsey the entire time. Just watch him. Like, are you kidding me? This is why he got a contract extension. Why didn't you give him a contract extension? He did nothing. He sucks. 4th and 1. 4th and 1 on their own 32. They have no respect for our defense. They have no respect for the Miami Dolphins. They said, we're going to 4th and 1. We're not even going to decide to hand the ball off and have it go this way, or maybe even give it to the fullback and have him take it. We're going to try some trickeration and we're going to pitch it to the outside, which is stupid to do on 4th and 1. Whoever their offensive coordinator is, what are you doing, dude? And hold on. I done messed up. Here we go. Right? Manuel Ogba, beautiful. You see Javon Holland come in here. Sorry, Javon Holland. You see Jalen Ramsey come in here. Boom. None of these guys wanted to block him. You think, oh, he's running the opposite way. Jalen Ramsey's going to run into one of these guys. Nope. There goes Jalen. There goes Jalen. There goes Jalen. There goes Jalen. Who makes the tackle? Jalen flipping Ramsey makes the tackle. Jalen Ramsey runs all the way from the opposite side and blasts him in the head so he doesn't get the first down. Like, are you kidding me, Jalen Ramsey? Boom. Again, follow the mouse. There goes Jalen. There goes Jalen. There goes Jalen. There he goes. Boom! And that's why we gave him a contract extension. Right there. Last two plays, real quick. We're going to talk about them. This is 2nd and 6. This is our drive to go down the field, kick a game-winning field goal. It is on our own 39. These are the plays that I wanted to see more, and I don't understand why they didn't run them or necessarily try. Like the Jaguars weren't really not really taking away the middle of the field that much. But like, incorporate those. Like, where were those all game? But it's like a big throw. Again, it's 2nd and 6, but it gives us a big chunk yards of 13 yards. Puts us at the 49-yard line. Makes our life easier. Last play I want to talk about. So I did, if you were on the live stream and even on the post game and all that jazz, I was very critical of the screens and of the bubble screens and of whatever you want to call them. But this is one that I like. Do this. That's not bad. Throw could have been better, but like, I don't mind those. And the reason I don't mind those is because you don't have Devon Achane here going like 14 yards backwards. You have him going this way, and then he drops back a yard. You hit him with the ball. He does his dance. You get your blockers out here. 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 He goes about a yard back. He doesn't come all the way back here. You don't have Tua go all the way back here, and then them have a cup of tea. Tea. Like, come on. Drop back real quick. Boom. Hits him with the ball. He's got all. When I saw this play develop, I was like, this might go. This might go the distance, because as I'm looking at it, he's got all these blockers here. You got offensive linemen, and he is fast enough to outrun this defensive lineman. So while I was looking at it, I'm like, this is when you call it, because you got Teron Armstead blocking him. You got him blocking him. Then you have all this real estate. You just need to hold your block for a second. He could go the distance. And then if, God forbid, these guys come over, you got these two big boys who are going to be able to get down there and get him. Now, obviously, that's not what happened. But overall, let me make myself a little. Hello. Overall, it was a messy game. I think we all saw that. You could pick up your prescription at the counter. No, it was a messy game, but we picked it up in the second half. I think a lot of the problems that were on defense were miscommunication, like I said, especially on those two plays where the corner wasn't really communicating with the safety or passing off to the right person. Offense, something happened. I don't know where the brain fart happened, but they need to clear it up, because Thursday, in one day so tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, got to clean this up. Playing Buffalo. Big game. But that's what I got for you guys today. Tomorrow you get your preview. Then Thursday you're going to get your picks. And then Thursday night I will be live. Game starts at 8:15. I'll be live at 8 o'clock. Like usual, stay classy. And fins up.